Welcome, guys. Hey, it's Kyle Miller. We're here on the Kyle Miller Show today. I'm excited to bring you the information today on what I've been hearing. It's going to help a lot of you guys out there who are solo entrepreneurs, who run businesses. I'm sure if you're out there, you heard about the ERC credits, right? So the ERC credits are the employee retention credits. If you had W-2 employees, right, you could qualify up to $28,000 per employee for the ERC credit, right? And it was based on the amount of employees that you had. So if you had W-2 employees and you had 10 W-2 employees, you could potentially, now if you qualified, not saying that you would, get up to $28,000 per, $26,000 per employee. So that's 260 grand, right? Well, it was just helping those businesses with the W-2s. Now there's a new credit out that it's out to help all you single employees, solo entrepreneurs, single member LLCs, gig workers, guys that do Uber, guys that do, and guys and girls that do DoorDash, chiropractors, massage therapists, all of these different solo entrepreneur jobs, right? That you work for yourself and you do work. You're 1099, right? You don't have any W-2 employees, but you still make a living. So now there is a program out there that you're able to qualify for this, right? It is absolutely amazing. And we're going to get the details coming out soon completely on this. It was just announced by the company that we've been working with, and it's probably going to be next week, where you guys are going to be able to take advantage of this credit. Now, what this credit involves, similar to what the ERC program was and similar to how that operates, it is a credit, it's a payroll tax credit that goes directly to you. Now, ERC was a credit that was paid, it was a payroll tax credit. So if you had a business owner, you had employees, they were able to get a percentage back on those credits, right? On the amount that they spent, and that would be the credit. So now that single entrepreneur is going to be able to get it. And it's by far going to change the game, right? And if you're one of those that are looking, you know, all these other business owners got these handouts, all of these other business owners got XYZ, they got the PPP money, I wasn't able to get anything. This one is finally for you, right? You're able to, it's a program where you're able to get up to $32,000 back. Now this isn't money that's going to be taxed on you. This is $32,000 back to you. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty helpful for those business owners, right? For those ones that are out there doing the work, out there making things happen. You're actually going to finally be able to get a credit back. And now, see, I have a couple different businesses. I have a real estate development company. I have another company that helps businesses with their ERC credits. And so I've diversified into those, and I've spent the last year learning all about these tax credits and how they work and how they operate. And it's finally nice to see that those single entrepreneurs are finally going to be able to get something. And it's a simple way to qualify for it, right? We're only going to need like 2 documents. If you're interested, I can get the details for you. I can set up a link for you and show you through the website how everything's going to operate. But it is max credit of $32,000 if you were able to get up to, I think it's 60 days. You had to get the max credit, you had to qualify for 60 days of hardship during COVID. Now, if you all remember, in the first 2 weeks of COVID, everybody was shut down. So there takes, you know, you're 14 days out of that already. Now, based on government mandates, what else can we do? It's also going to be involved with if you have children, if you have daycare problems. Did you have this? Did you have kids or parents that you had to take to nursing homes? All these different avenues to qualify for this program is going to be available for you. And It is by far like this. I'm so excited on this because it's by far like the coolest program that I think the government has come up with for you all in forever, right? I know with my development company, we run a lot of 1099s. We work with a lot of different contractors, and so I didn't really get the PPP with that. So I wasn't able to capitalize on that. And neither were my subcontractors. Like a lot of them are just single guys, or maybe have a team that have 1099s that they pay themselves, where they are able to get money back because they did not get PPP money. They did not get ERC money. And this money actually, I mean, it adds up. The biggest ERC refund that I've seen is $10 million that a company got for ERC. And that's, you know, to qualify for that, they had to show a revenue loss. They had to show whether they were partially or fully suspended with the ERC program. They had to, I mean, not with the ERC program, but fully or partially suspended by ERC, by government mandates. So mandates placed upon their business during COVID, which means they would have to, you know, take for a restaurant, for example, if they came in and that first full shutdown was a complete full shutdown, that would be called a full suspension, where nobody was able to work, nobody could come into the restaurant, nobody could do anything. And then they eased up those restrictions and went to partial suspensions. So those partial suspensions were, okay, you can come into the restaurant, but you have to stay 6 feet apart. You can come into the restaurant, but you have to have these barriers up. We had to limit seating restrictions. Alcohol couldn't be sold in-house. We had to, you could sell it, but they had to take it off premise and go out. Like all these little things add up that could affect a business during this time with those partial suspensions. So that all of those businesses got some sort of you know, credit. They got some sort of kind of what would you call it? A reprieve from the COVID. And so now there's finally a program where the 1099 worker, the gig worker, the side job hustler, right? You are actually going to get a credit, like you're going to get money back, right? And I think to be able to qualify for this program, I think you had to make, I think it is $18,000 to $20,000 on the 1099 side for the minimum amount of credit to qualify for this, and up to $130,000 to get that maximum 32 grand credit for that. So it's for everybody. So if you're, you know, realtors, massage therapists, chiropractors, if you run your own, you know, if you're a tow truck driver, but you just have your own business, you don't have any W-2 employees or anything like that, or if everybody that you work with pays 1099, you have an ability to qualify for this. So I'm really excited about this program and about how many people are going to be able to work. I think last, and I'll pull this number up. It was, I think there's 16 million companies that are going to be able to qualify for this. Let me pull it up here. I got it right here. 16.5 million self-employed people in the country, making up of 10.4% of the total working population. Okay? So that's just the base number. Right? And so imagine all of these employees, imagine what this is going to do and this for them, right? $32,000 for somebody on a tax credit. That's, by the way, is not taxable. So the money that you're going to get back is not going to be taxed. So how awesome is that? I mean, what better Christmas present than to be able to qualify for this program and get some money back? So this is better than you know, when you file your taxes, getting your refund back. You're going to get a large percentage of this back. So I'm just really excited about this program for business owners and how it's going to help you all during that time. And if you haven't, you know, there's been some you know, news about the ERC credits and how they are operating and how all of that went about. There was a moratorium on the ERC credits that happened back in September. So those businesses that, you know, the IRS stopped processing due to fraud. Now, that's what the IRS said. That was their claim after further evaluation, investigation of what's going on with it. The PPP loans had a total of, I think it was 17 or 18% fraud. So that was the amount of fraud that was going on. And this is through the attorneys and you know, the political aspect. They're saying that there was only about 3% fraud in the ERC credits. And the reason why the disparity is on that was because with ERC, the IRS already had their 941s. So we were basically amending what they already sent into the IRS. Now there was some fraudulent stuff that was going on with that program where people weren't even qualifying. They were just filling out the forms, amending the 941s and sending them in. They weren't even justifying whether or not you know, they had gone through any of the revenue reduction or supply chain issues or the government mandates. They were just filling it out and sending it in. And so that was some of the fraud that was going to happen, and there's some people are going to get caught doing that. But really, it's a great program that's going to get opened back up come January 1st. There was put a moratorium on there. They just came out with a news article the other day that the IRS was going to open back up the ERC program. So all the businesses out there that qualified is going to push through. And all the businesses that haven't qualified, or maybe your accountant said that you didn't qualify because you didn't have the correct revenue reduction, I'd urge you to kind of take a look at that. The company that we're with has done about 65,000 ERC claims. We're a pretty good process, and so we kind of know what's going on with that. And we don't accept everybody. I think we've turned around just as many, about 63,000 we've rejected as far as qualifying for the ERC credit. So that kind of gives you an account on, hey, we're not just trying to file and help you get money fraudulently. We want to make sure that everything's on the up and up, you know, and the company that we're with has 2 attorney state generals on the board, right? They're making sure that we're doing the right thing. They're meeting with the officials within the government, make sure that we're asking the right questions, make sure we're filling out everything that we're supposed to. So it's pretty exciting on how all that's working. But with this moratorium coming to an end, to qualify for the most amount of money that you can get with the ERC credits is that time is running thin, right? April 15th of 2024 is a cutoff for filing for the 2020 deadline, for the 2020 year, right? So April 15th of 2024 is the last time you can file for claiming for the credits for the year of 2020. Then we still have another year to claim the credits for 2021, and that will run out on April 15th, 2025. And so really, if you really wanted to know what was going on with the ERC program, if you really wanted to know what the questions were and how all that operated, give us a call, right? We'll put the link in here. Give us a call, talk to one of our specialists, talk to them, have them go through that survey questionnaire with you, have them go through and talk to you about the program and how everything that's happening with it and the changes. Get educated on that. Most attorneys that I've talked to, especially locally, they don't have the experience with this. They're saying that their clients, oh no, that's not good. You know, that program, you're going to get audited. Well, one, it's not an audit, is not what they're getting. It's called an IDR, okay? And that's just looking at the documents on how you figured out how you qualified. So I wouldn't get scared about how the audits work. I would just understand what the process is. And when I say audits, I put that in air quotes because, like I said, it's just an IDR. And our company helps with that, and that's just supplying, hey, what government mandates, how it's basically, hey, quantify how you are able to qualify for this program, and that's what they have to do. With that process, with those IDRs, a good thing that our company has is that it has an API software that goes in and talks with the IRS. Now, if you're as smart as I am with the tech stuff, which is not very good, that API, what that means is it's a software integration to the back office, to the IRS, right? And the IRS runs codes on their files. And in order to get an IDR, you'll have to get they'll throw a code, and what they're going to say, hey, we need to look at this file. In order to get that, it'll throw it, but then our system will then see that code, right? And once it sees that code, we're able to understand that you're going to get an IDR, and we're going to be able to, the process for you is going to come up. And so we'll have to go through that, right? On average, with our company, with ERC Specialist, we're seeing that information, you're going to get notified about 2 months before the actual IRS notice comes to you and says, hey, you need to quantify this, right? So we're going to have an understanding 2 months before that's going to happen. Most companies don't have this API software, and so their clients are just going to get a letter from the IRS, and the IRS states, hey, quantify this on how you're going to qualify, and you have 10 days to do this. So that's a huge disparity as far as the time you have for prep, the stress level that you're going to have, and all that. And so I just really, I'm really excited to be a part of this company and help them grow and help them move forward and helping business owners, because that's why I'm putting on the show, guys. That's why I want to be involved with this and talking to business owners and being in this world, because it's fun, it's enjoyable, and I just want to help, right? My goal is to help 1,000 business owners get the ERC credit. And the only way to do that is through education and how all of that processes, right? Giving them the correct information, making sure that they know what's going on, making sure that they're informed, right? Like I said, with some of the local CPAs and stuff, they told their clients not to do it, but I don't understand why, because they themselves don't know the program. The ERC tax credit is a payroll credit, and most CPAs are just typically on the taxes side and know about income taxes, but this isn't income taxes. So I just wanted to jump on today, share that information with you all, kind of inform you of what's going on, how it's happening. And I'm just super excited about this self-employment tax credit, right? You're really going to like what's coming, how much money you're going to get back. Just imagine even $16,000 could do to your business that you've already paid into the government for taxes. Imagine what that could do, right? Imagine how that could change the trajectory of how your business goes for the rest of the next year of 2024. If you haven't set out your goals yet, for the 2024, imagine what adding another $16,000 to your marketing budget could do. How far you could grow that, right? And that's the exciting things. It's the possibilities, the optimistic, right? It's really fun to sit there and see and run numbers and project and just be excited about business when you know you have that money coming in and when you know you can help people. So with this, guys, I just want to end and I just want to say, if you haven't taken a part of the ERC credit, reach out. If you're interested in that self-employment tax credit, like I said, if you're a gig worker, massage therapist, Uber driver, DoorDash, anything like that, you will be able to qualify for this program. And I'm just super excited about it, and looking forward to helping you if that's the case. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. And you guys have a great afternoon.